Come on and have a seat. All right, so let's get this started. On behalf of the Center for Global Education, welcome to our 33rd Annual International Convocation. This has been going on since many of you were even born. So really quickly, my name is Bethany Galvo-Canate. I'm the director of the center, and I also have with me my colleague Elena in the back. We're really pleased to have you here with our celebration today, and we'll do our best to keep this moving along. I know some of you have to go to class right after this, so please, just a couple little notes. Please silence any of your devices. Please remain seated during the program, and we'll try to indicate when it's safe to move about the cabin, okay? So just a quick minute, wanted to give one more shout out to the amazing musicians that provided our drumming, to Lynn Selleck. So Shenandoah University, I just want to make sure that you all know our mission statement, right? Y'all know that, right? Great, so we'll get on this, all right. So Shenandoah University educates and inspires individuals to be critical, reflective thinkers, lifelong learners, and ethical, compassionate citizens who are committed to making responsible contributions within a community, a nation, and the world. And today we are really excited to celebrate all of that, but specifically that part about the world and the globe, okay? So every year we gather to celebrate the diversity of our Shenandoah community. We recognize individuals who made a difference here and abroad. We're inspired by a guest speaker. And we also get to find out about where those global citizenship project destinations are as well, which I know you're not at all interested in at all. That'll happen soon. One of the things I want to make sure we do is recognize, and I promised them I wouldn't make them like stand up and give a speech or anything, but I just wanted to recognize the fact that we have with us students from all around the world who are here as part of Shenandoah's community, including international students from all over. So if we could give them a round of applause. So, you know, we are so lucky to have students from all over the world here as valued parts of our community and our student body. They bring diverse perspectives, their talents, they enrich our campus, our communities, they help us be better as a whole. And I'd like to introduce some students, some of whom are international students, some of whom are not. But they are bringing a bit of their culture to us, and I'll let them talk a little bit more about the piece, but give it up for Juan Andujar, senior, performance major in guitar. Serna, a first-year musical theater performance major. Sadly, he's graduating, but if you've gone to any of our Dia de los Muertos celebrations, he doesn't even need an introduction, but I'll do it anyway. Elias Equide, senior.
No icebreaker, huh? How are you? Hello. This is a very special song from Day of the Dead. It's very traditional. So, who attended Day of the Dead here? How was it? Right. So, if you didn't make it this year, make sure you attend next year because we're hoping it's, to continue the tradition. So, this song translates to my child. Whenever I die, do not cry over my grave. Instead, sing a song, and I'll continue to live forever. So, this is La Sandunga.
Mi niña, cuando yo muera, no llores sobre mi tumba, cántame un lindo suona e mamma, cántame la sandunga.
No me llores, no, no me llores, no, porque si lloras yo peno. En cambio, si tú me cantas, yo siempre vivo y nunca muero. En cambio, si tú me cantas, yo siempre vivo y nunca muero.
Lucero de la mañana, el rey de todos los hombres, cántame un lindo sonae mamá, que rompe los corazones.
Lucero de la mañana, el rey de todos los sones, cántame un lindo sonae mamá, que rompe los corazones. No me llores, no, no me llores, no, porque si lloras yo peno. En cambio, si tú me cantas, yo siempre vivo y nunca muero. En cambio, si tú me cantas, yo siempre vivo y nunca muero. Si quieres que te recuerde, si quieres que no te olvide, cántame un lindo sonae mamá, música que no muere.
Si quieres que te recuerde, si quieres que no te olvide, cántame un lindo sonae mamá, música que no muere.
No me llores, no, no me llores, no,
No me llores más.
yo peno.
En cambio, si tú me cantas, yo siempre vivo y nunca muero.
En cambio,
Si tú me cantas, yo siempre vivo.
Wow. That's hard to follow. All right, so, thank you all, that was amazing. I don't even know what to say, that was so amazing. Next up, actually, I'm going to be passing the mic off to my boss. She's like, looking at me, yes, it's you next. We have some really amazing people in Shenandoah, and she's here to recognize a few of them. So without further ado, Amy.
Thank you. Okay, so you know how we use the phrase, "you saved my life," as just like part of everyday conversation. So like I would say to someone, "I'm kind of hungry," and they give me a Snickers bar, and I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you, you saved my life." Okay, right? But we actually have some superheroes as part of our Shenandoah family who literally recently saved a very important individual's life. So I would like to recognize them today. Emily Holland and Kyle Hoogan, please come up here for a minute. Okay, let me just paint the scenario for you. So we had an international conference here in early October, and we had, I don't know, many, 100, let's say, international visitors. And Emily and Kyle took it upon themselves to kind of be the social coordinator for these visitors. And they went out for a lovely dinner, and there was a request that Emily was happy to make to go to Target, as one does, and there was a request to go to Walmart. And Kyle took a group to Walmart, as one does. So they are in the parking lot at Target, and one of our wonderful international guests, Dr. Mira, goes into an allergic reaction that ended up being very dire. And Emily stayed very calm. Well, you don't think you thought you were calm. She calls 911 in a panic. And I don't know, like Kyle's spidey senses must have been happening or something, because he was at Walmart, remember?
Can't hold a bottle.
Oh, okay, thank you. From the more experienced Black holder. So where were we? Okay, so Kyle was at Walmart, and I don't know, something must have, I don't know what happened. The spidey senses, like I said, they're superheroes. And he kind of flies by the Target parking lot, sees the van, doesn't really know what's happening, and he happens to have an EpiPen on him. And as Emily is talking to 911, an EMT flies up, and the EpiPen is out, they literally saved Dr. Mira's life. When Dr. Mira arrived at the hospital, the EMTs and the doctors literally said that these two saved her life. So Dr. Mira could not be here. She lives in Malaysia, but she wants to send a message to you in front of the Shenandoah family.
Time that I was worried whether not only whether I could go back or whether I will be able to travel back to the US, bringing all these memories. But I'm recovered now, alhamdulillah, and I'm currently in Bangkok, having a UNESCO meeting. So something what I would like to say is that when you save my life, you're actually giving me a lot more. I'm sorry, I'm going to you're actually giving opportunity for me to contribute more and giving more to the world. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. It touches all heart. You are not saving only me, but you are saving a lot of hearts. Because when I traveled, I'm surrounded by good people, and they said it impacts theirs too. So it means like you are connecting a lot of hearts when you're saving one person's life. So thank you so much, everyone. I wish we can meet again someday, and it's not the only I'm going to meet. So it's either in US or either in Malaysia. We surely will meet again, and I'm looking forward for that opportunity. Again, thank you so much, everyone. In Thai, we call it Khap Khun Kha. So thank you, and thank you again. Take care, everyone. Safe lunch. Take care, good night. I'm lots of wood. Okay, take care, bye.
We are singing, "Thank you for saving me, life of a woman."
Okay, look. So what I'm being shown here is a video that Mira's children were singing to thank, not us, but these two, for saving her life.
Thank you.
So on behalf of Mira, Dr. Mira, we'd like to present you with a gift that she actually made for you. And on behalf of me, here's a Snickers bar. Okay, so the reason that actually Kyle was holding an EpiPen is because he has a peanut allergy. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, okay. So this is like this everything. You'll laugh, you'll cry, yeah. Thank you both. Thank you. Sorry. Next up, I'd like to invite to the stage Jian Song. Jian, would you like to come forward while I introduce your piece? So Jian is one of our talented international students. He's from China. He is doing a DMA in music performance, violin. And he's going to play an excerpt from a piece from the second movement of the Inner Mongolia Suite. Is written by a Chinese composer during World War II. According to the program notes, it's a painful memory of conflict and displacement. But for the people in China, the appearance of this piece was a great encouragement. They also note that the U.S. government helped China a lot during World War II, and so these stories are still mentioned today in China. And that even though we all know that world peace is difficult, we all hope that all of us that are supporting peace, that we will have peace again and it'll become stronger and stronger. So, yeah. Yeah, all right, I have actually pleasure to present to you President Tracy Fitzsimmons for a special announcement.
I always tell people it's extraordinary to be at a place that has a world-class conservatory and committed to the arts. So from welcoming us to creating amazing moments along the way, thank you to all of you who were involved. So we have International Convocation. We have today because a woman named Maggie Orstrom Bryant, you know that name, right, from OBT. Maggie Orstrom Bryant was a world traveler. She had resources. And she talked to my predecessor, a guy named President Jim Davis, and she was like, you know you haven't traveled. You need to see the world if you're going to serve students well. And so she started sending him and some of the faculty and staff at Shenandoah to visit some other places of the world so they could have a more global and a more cross-cultural perspective. So from that, he started International Convocation. And then there was a woman named Nancy Larrick Crosby. And Nancy was a deep friend of a great friend of Shenandoah's. She was an expert in children's literature. And in the 1950s, she was the one who started writing and publishing all of these articles saying it should be obvious to everybody in our country why we have such an imbalance in reading levels. Because every children's book is about a white kid. How do you expect young kids to connect if they can't see themselves in literature? And so she wrote about that and helped elevate our understanding and helped mobilize other authors and illustrators to bring more diversity into children's literature in the United States. When Nancy died, she left money to the university and she said, I want you to use it for learning across the institution and soon. Okay, not super specific, right? But learning across the institution and soon, we brought together a group of faculty, staff, and students and said, what do you want to do with it? And they collected ideas. They collected 777 ideas from the campus. They brought them all together in a group that met, and they came from that and they said, we should do a couple things. And we did those things, and they said, but here's the number one thing we should do. We should do something that we want to call the Global Citizenship Project. And so that's how the Global Citizenship Project was birthed at Shenandoah. Two extraordinary individuals, gifts that led to amazing things at Shenandoah. So today, I want to celebrate another group of extraordinary people, and it is the Mirza family. Dr. Yaqub Mirza is on our board of trustees. His wife, Dr. Tanvir Mirza, has been very supportive, not just of Shenandoah, but her work in the nonprofit world has been really quite extraordinary. And they have 4 amazing children: Yunus, Fatima, Sana, and Asma. So, usually go in the other order, and that's me up. And they collectively decided as a family to be supportive of Shenandoah University. So about a month ago, I had the opportunity to announce that they had made an extraordinary gift to support new programming at Shenandoah. So we're some every year, we'd be able to support a bunch of new ideas and new programs, that's one. And then we had the opportunity to announce that they had created a significant endowment. Okay, I'm the president of the university. You know when I say the word significant, I mean significant, right? Okay. So significant endowment to fund the Barzinji Institute, which will now be the Mirza Barzinji Institute, so that the work that we were doing, for example, when Kyle and Emily saved her life, Mira's life, that can continue on and on. So we're very grateful for that. But there's a trifecta. So today, I have the great pleasure of announcing to you that the Mirzas have committed to a third very significant gift, so that we will now have a chair. Like a chair is a really big deal for faculty and staff, right? It's like a fund that undergirds and guarantees a position and a role in the institutional voice. And so we will now have a chair in global learning at the university, and it will rotate every year to a different faculty or staff member who has made a major impact on helping the institution thinking broadly and global in its embrace. And so I wanted them to join us today because this International Convocation is sort of exemplary of when we think and celebrate international things. So Dr. and Dr. Mirza and to your whole family, we are so grateful to you and to your support of Shenandoah and enabling us to support the amazing international and global work of our faculty and staff. Please join me in thanking you. And along with that, I'm sure you're thinking, well, who's the first holder of the chair? And so today we get to publicly announce that Dr. Mohammed Obaid, who is the director of the Shenandoah Center for Immersive Learning and professor of augmented and virtual reality.
Wow, thank you for that. Sure you don't want to say a few words? All right. Thank you so much. We couldn't do the kind of things that we do without the support of our trustees and friends of the university. It's really amazing. So now I get the honor of introducing to you our guest speaker today. I'm going to read all of this because she's done a lot in a short amount of time. Ms. Shayla Bird. I see you. All right. So Shayla began her dance training at 8 years old in Oak Ridge Center for the Gifted and Talented. She then explored that at Salem High School, and then she came to Shenandoah University and graduated with a BA in dance and English, so she was doing all the things. While she was here, she was the president of Sigma Rho Delta dance fraternity. She was on the Shenandoah Conservatory Student Council. She was an FYS mentor too, right? Yeah, okay. She's going to tell you a little bit more about some of her travels with Shenandoah and other things, but she's also worked with professional artists here in DC and various student choreographers, and now she is serving as the presentation administrative assistant at Dance Place in Washington, DC, and the manager of executive affairs for the Association of Performing Arts Professionals. Shayla aims to support dance communities in many capacities while also creating great spaces for queer and BIPOC folks to witness and be in fellowship with one another. Couldn't be happier to welcome her back to the Shenandoah stage, Shayla Bird.
Thanks everybody. I guess too long don't read all of that, and that I was tired. When I was here, and the time flew by. So hi everyone. As she said, I'm Shayla. I was a BA Dance and English double major when I was here. Part of the class of 2021. Yes, the class that graduated right after the pandemonium, or the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. Y'all remember when we were calling it everything other than what it was, like the Pythagoras, the Panda Express. Well, yeah. Yes, that was my favorite part. Not losing toilet paper, but that was my favorite. So, Argentina reminded me to always check the weather of the place before I go, because it's never fun to wear a spaghetti-strapped tank top and shorts when the entire country of Argentina is about to go into its winter. Make sure you check the weather. After sipping a lot of rich, delicious tea in Uganda, where the fields are lush and vibrant, which you wouldn't expect because of mainstream media, every cup of tea that I've had since coming back to the United States since that trip has been double bagged because American tea does not hit the same. Still good, but you know, two bags, need that flavor. I've never looked so closely at the heads and shoulders of anyone more closely than I have at the heads and shoulders of Rwandan women. Seeing those big baskets on top of their heads, they're just walking around looking very regal and classy and functional and, you know, getting the things done. It proves that with the right amount of grace, determination, and laser focus, you too can carry your groceries from point A to point B very quickly. Yes, I have gotten to have a lot of really awesome international travel and also just domestic travel opportunities through my time being at Shenandoah, and because of that exposure and getting the chance to explore, I kind of now have the travel bug, so you can't catch me sitting still for too long anymore. Something that's beautiful about the International Convocation is that you're going to be hearing all these beautiful stories about people having this intercultural exchange, the opportunity to learn about new cultures, be exposed to new things, talk about the differences that we have, and also the things that unite us. And I think it's really important to have spaces like these in order for us all to be collectively liberated and have justice for all of us. One of the unique tenets of my Shenandoah experience was the freedom that I had to explore all the different parts of my identity, because it was not lost on me that I was a queer Black woman at a predominantly white institution, trying to figure out my place in a world that doesn't always serve me, isn't always meant to. And so, kind of in what universe would a person decide to boldly step out into the world with their head held high and their face lit up with wonder and expectation and hope? A crazy person, a silly goose, as I would like to call it. I have a sweatshirt that says silly goose because that is also part of my identity. I just make interesting choices and deal with it later. And for all of the girls talking about, delusion, having a little bit of delusion to help you get through your day to day. Sometimes you just gotta think you can do it, and then you just do it. Yeah, that's I heard somebody say word. Yes, yes. Please talk back to me. I don't want to hear about myself, y'all. Thank you. In all seriousness, though, something really cracked open in me when I had the opportunity to travel internationally and domestically, as I said, having the opportunity to experience a new culture, be exposed to the broader humanity that all of us share, because we're all humans and we're all trying to just stay on this little floating rock together and stay alive, and be happy and have good food and listen to nice music and do all the other magical things that you can do as a human being. I became inextricably tied to the world around me. I got tethered to new truths. I had new experiences. I had new hopes. I had a new way of thinking as a result of seeing all of these other people out in the world beyond me. I was talking to someone earlier about the idea of object permanence. I think that's like a psychological thing. Or something about child development, where whenever you don't see something in front of you, maybe you think it doesn't exist. But the second that something is in front of you, you're like, oh, this is a real thing. I can see these things. This is now real. That's kind of what the moment was like for me when I had the opportunity to go to these other places. I mentioned before being a Black girl at a predominantly white school. When you go to Africa, I don't need to say anything else. Y'all know the rest. That was something that was very, very eye-opening to me. It's like you're not as alone as you feel. You can find a lot of safety in knowing that there are other people like you out there, and if not, even if people are different from you, there's millions and billions of people in this world, and you'll be likely to find people that you can really connect with. I need to flip the page. Just give me a second. Yes, so I was able to find this new sense of tenderness and empathy for the people around me, and I got to explore both the ideas of global citizenship, and also this idea of citizenship to myself. So what does it mean to really be connected to who I am as a person, understanding that I live at the margins of all of these intersectional identities. And at the end of the day, I'm just a person, again, trying to survive and live in this world. After all of the excursions and the new languages that I learned and the new foods that I ate and all the sights that I saw, I had to really dig inside of myself and figure out why these experiences so tremendously impacted me. And I think you kind of heard, I'm a dancer and a writer, and something that you can say of every culture is that we all have our dances to do, we have our songs to sing, we have our instruments to play, we have our stories to tell, and we just want to connect with the people around us. We just want to feel less othered, less alone, more safe, And I consider that to be a service to the people around us. The willingness to share pieces of yourself with other people in an effort to offer safety where maybe there wasn't before. I had the opportunity to talk with Greeley Myers today from Alumni Relations, and when I mentioned this notion of safety, he also talked about human beings wanting to commune with other people, to have communion. For those of you that kind of have that spiritual connection, communion is this idea of kind of connecting and committing yourself to people in the space without all the, who you're committing to, all of that stuff. We don't have to get into that, but it's the idea of connecting with the people around you, breaking bread, if that makes sense, because we all eat, right? Yes? Sometimes. That's good to know that you eat sometimes. I think that as a citizen of the world, a sometimes turbulent, sometimes really maddening and frustrating world, I challenge you all to think about how you can offer safety and community to other people. What do you require to find safety within yourself? When I'm talking about citizenship to yourself, you have to know yourself in order to offer that to other people. No matter your trials, your tribulations, your challenges, your differences, your struggles, what have you, you have an offering, and I challenge you to remember that. And if you don't think that's the case, you just gotta look around the people in the room. Obviously, the leaders of this school believe in your voice and believe in investing in you so that you can share it with other people. So don't forget to offer safety, offer communion, offer care, offer compassion, offer love, offer empathy, offer tenderness, softness, all of these things that we can all use to just get through our day-to-day. So that's the philosophical part that I'm doing. Now, a few housekeeping things that I should have learned. In addition, make sure you call your mom or your dad or whoever needs that phone call most to make sure you got from point A to point B, because when I went to Argentina, my parents were calling me constantly, and I was just like, I'm doing this stuff, I'm doing this stuff, I'm doing this stuff. And then, they're losing their minds. They're like, our daughter is in a plane somewhere where we don't know where she is. Call your parents, or your do that. Make sure you carry wet wipes wherever you go. Yes. Everyone, you will need them no matter where you are. And mind your change of clothes. Also, please remember to bring a change of clothes wherever you go. And remember to offer safety and communion, like I said. And that's all I got. So we're going to go back to
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much for those words. Safety, comfort, communion. All right, we got this. All right, so one last little thing that's actually a very big thing. Every year, one of the parts of this is that we get to, through the Board of Trustees, we recognize individuals who've made outstanding contributions to global awareness with a resolution of appreciation. Individuals are selected from a pool of candidates that are submitted through community nomination, and so I am going to, yes, thank you. As Dr. Fitzsimmons, I will read off these, and she's going to hand them to you. And so, here, how about you put that on the chair, and then you can stand up and I'll let you hand it to me. All right, so first of all, we got Josephine Saikali, who's not able to be with us today because she's studying abroad, y'all. Yes! She's doing it. Let's talk a little bit about Josephine, and then we're going to have someone come up and give us a word. So Josephine is pursuing a bachelor's degree in environmental science, and she's minoring in global studies. She's studying abroad right now, like I said. So Josephine, if you're out there, hey, she should be watching, hopefully. She was an undergraduate researcher for the Zero Hunger Project, and it's a collaboration between Shenandoah and Yarmouth University in Jordan, and she traveled there. She has done conference presentations. She, she was a National Science Foundation intern. She did research at the Blandy Experimental Farm. She's represented Shenandoah at the Ethics Bowl. She's an RSD Reflective Structured Dialogue Facilitator. She's busy. So you can see why she was given this award. So First Piece, thank you for all that you've done. We want to recognize you and invite your sister Maria to come and receive this award on your behalf. Thank you. All right. Next up, y'all have already heard a little bit about her, but I'm going to ask Emily Hollins to come back to the stage. No. So, I think y'all have to understand about Emily is not only has she's a registrar here at Shenandoah, which is a big job, like a lot of work, but she is still a strong partner in encouraging and expanding all of our global opportunities. Anytime there's global visitors here, she's like, how can I help? Can I take them here? Can I take them there? Can I drive a van?
Save a life.
Can I save a life? Whatever, she's up for it. She led a global citizenship project to Malaysia. This was also the year 2020, where she was about to complete a trip, and then y'all remember what happened, so we tabled it, and then 2 years later, she was ready to do it, and she was a delegate of the Jamal Barzinji project when we traveled all over the world. She was part of that. And the other thing that I don't think y'all understand about Emily, she's literally always on a plane. She just got off a plane, how many hours ago? 3 or 4 hours ago, from Thailand, so she's tired. But you know what? We are so thrilled to be able to recognize her publicly for all of the contributions she makes to Shenandoah and all of her global programs. Thank you. Last but certainly not least, we want to also recognize, you've already heard all about her, but Shayla Bird, please come to the stage. And for continuing to represent Shenandoah in a positive way out there in the arts world as a recent graduate. We are looking forward to even more great things from you now and in the future. Shayla's really busy, guys. She's in how many different performances? Just three, plus a full-time job, nothing. But we're just so happy that you were able to come out here and be with us today and appreciate your words of wisdom. So, Shayla. Okay, now we're ready for the Academy Awards. Now, feel like I'm going to give you the mic.
Well, we talked today about global life-saving. We talked about life-inspiring music and performing arts and ideas that happen here. We talked about life-creating and opportunity-creating gifts and leadership. And so now we get to talk about life-changing. I don't know anybody that's ever gone on a GCP trip that didn't feel like it was truly life-changing. So we are so excited for you all. Are you all ready to find out where you're going? Okay, I just want to back up and say that yesterday I asked Bethany, do you want to give me the list of the names so I can practice pronouncing them? And she said, no, you've got this all. You don't need to practice. You'll know how to pronounce all these names. And I'm looking at envelope 1. I want to ask for your forgiveness in advance, okay? My bad. So, what's going to happen is we're going to ask you to come up, here, and then once you're here, we're going to announce where you're going. So, Matav al-Nahar, Madison Anderson, you need to come up here. Come join me down front. Okay. Linda Diaz-Gill, Gabrielle Christofia, Lisa McVeigh, Brody Myers, Kristen Nichol, Alvin Osorio Flores, Anna Schenk, Kaylee Trumper. You're being led by Deshaun Fox. Where's Deshaun? Here you are, Deshaun. This is your leader. Where is your leader taking you? Deshaun is taking you go to American Samoa. Okay, so we're going to ask you all to move that way, maybe to the back that way. This is about when people start Googling where it is. Okay, group 2. Shadina Bond, Jackie DeLong, Kenya Doyle, Jennifer Donovan, John Hayes, Adrian Hoffman, Hannah Maltos, Dory Morris, Maria Pomares, Matthew Shackley. Okay, we're gonna wait while this goes. Okay, so you all, your leader is not here because your leader is there. Okay, but your leader is Diego Marcos, and he is taking you to Argentina. Okay, the next group. We're going to have the next group stand over here. Caitlin Anderson, Ian Bailey, Elizabeth Corbin, Vivian Gianeschi, Joshua McLean, Kimberly Newberry, Jaden Olson, Caitlin Orander, Aurora Padilla Jimenez, Virgilio Vasquez, your leader is Gina D'Addario. I think there's kind of a co-leader helping named Petra Schweitzer, which means you all are going to India. Okay. Next group. We're going to have you stand over here. Nadia Lee, Lacey Gordon, Reese Levin. Francisco Mesa Rodriguez. Carolyn Brun, Freely Myers, Callie Pellegrino, Rylan Phillips, Jalen Rivera, Michaela White. Oh! You have 2 leaders. You have Astrid Shields and Montressa Washington. And they're taking you to Slovenia.
Hey,
gonna call them anyway, and y'all are gonna come stand over here. Hey, Crystal Bartaki, Jordan Brown, Barry Helmick, Devin Height, Elijah Manuel, Micah Link, Alexi Plata, Sabrina Rivera, Libby Tennyson. Your leader is Jean Schwartz. And our last announcement. Go big, go home, or go to Zambia. All right.